Hey guys, what's going on? Got my cum jar here. Have I ever told you about the time that I almost died by a redneck in a Ford F-150 black truck? You can be like, hold on, let me put this down. Hold on, let me clean this. Let me just start the story. So one day I was coming back from work and this truck is stopped at the intersection making a left turn. And I'm on my motorcycle. I see the truck in the front. He left a bit of space for me, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm on a bike. So somehow I got up to the front. I just pull up to the front, right? You're like, how you pull up to the front if there's all cars there? If you know, you know. So I pull up to the front, right? And I'm like, okay. So I don't know if that's called cutting him off, but I pull up to the front while we're waiting. And he starts honking. He's like, bomb, bomb, bomb. He's like screaming, you motherfucker, I'm gonna die here. What? And I'm like, is he talking? And I'm like, I have my headphones in, and I'm like, who's saying that? And he's like, you motherfucker, you cocksucker, fucking. I'm like, oh, it's the fucking truck. And then as I'm saying, oh, it's the fucking truck, he starts like inching towards me. I'm like, what the fuck? You can't do that. And he's like, you motherfucker. I'm like, holy shit, dude. So he's like fucking honking and like, you motherfucker. I can barely hear him because I have my headphones in. And he's like, you motherfucker, I'm a I'm like, light turns green. I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. And so I'm like going about my business, just like riding the motorcycle back home. And what do I see in the back? I never check my mirrors. And what do I see in the back? Is the black truck. And he has a steady pace behind me. He's following me, is what I'm thinking. Because usually I'm going like 50, 55 an hour, sometimes even 60, and he's keeping up with me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? He's probably just one of those like road rage guys, nothing, no biggie. I'm like, okay, let me just keep on going. I look in the mirror like 2 minutes later, he's like very close to me. I'm talking about like about to be tailgating me. I'm like, okay. This guy definitely is trying to kill me. So he starts inching towards me again, little by little. So I speed up a bit. I go 60 an hour. Guess who goes 60 an hour and above? Yeah, the black truck. I'm like, oh shit. So he's like very close to me now, and he's like, I could see in the rear view mirror, or in the left mirror, he was so close to hitting my bike. Very close. Like, I'm talking about like several inches close. And he's like honking now. He's like, I'm like, holy shit, man. I'm about to die. He's about to run me off the road, and I'm about to die. So I'm like, what can I do? So I raise up my hand, and I give him the peace symbol. And I would have flipped him off, but that's not who I am, okay? I am elegance, okay? I am peace. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck that guy. But I give him the peace sign, right? So he starts honking even more, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, dude, chill out. So I pull into a neighborhood, and guess what? He fucking pulls in and he starts following me, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna die. So I make a right. He makes a right. He's still honking. And I'm like, what? Is this like, okay, where's the cameras at? I'm like, this is unbelievable. So I pull into I turn right into like a dead end intersection, and he's like following me, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I make a U, or not a U-turn, but what's that thing called? The roundabout. Yeah, I do the roundabout really quickly. I go back and I start like trying to speed off. He's going like I'm going like it's like 25 miles per hour. He's going 25. I'm going like 30. Now he's speeding up to me. I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? So I see a nature path, right? One of those nature paths that you can like enter, right? So I'm like, okay, the sidewalk. I can go on the sidewalk, enter the nature path with my bike, and he can't follow me. So I do that. So I go in there, I dump my bike, and I cover it with leaves. I see him stop. And I'm like, this was a really stupid idea. Because all he needs to do is get out of his truck, follow me down there, and I'm screwed. This was the dumbest thing I could have possibly done. So I cover my bike with leaves and branches and shit, and hopefully he doesn't see it. And now I'm hiding. And I can see his truck just stop there. And he's probably thinking, oh man, I can't wait for him to come out of there. I'm gonna fuck him up so good. And I'm just thinking to myself, I hope he doesn't come down here, because if he comes down here, I'm screwed. There's no way. So I see him get out of the truck, and it's this fat dude. I kid you not, some fat dude with a tank top and shorts. And he comes out, and he's like, and I'm not sure if my mind was playing tricks on me or not, but he was holding his waist. He was holding his waist like like this. I'm like, but you're dude, it's not a big deal. So he's like looking around. I'm like crouched down, I'm like hiding. And he can't see me. I don't think he could. Because he was looking around really trying to find me. And I'm like, I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. He can definitely see me. There's no way. And then he turns around. And then I hear, fuck! And I'm like, I'm buying a gun, that's it. And then I hear him, so I look up, truck's gone. I'm like, okay, probably left. So I pick up my bike, and then I can't get it up the hill. I'm like, fuck, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh fuck. And I also like I didn't injure my leg, but I hurt my leg. So I was like, fuck, dude. What do I do? So I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, okay. So I wait till there's a person, and I'm like, I see like someone in the neighborhood. They're walking their dog, and I'm like, hey. And they walk right by me. I'm like, okay, fuck you. So I see another person. They're walking with their phone. I'm like, hey. They're like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, do you think you could do me a favor? They're like, yeah, it depends on the favor. And I'm like, do you think you could help me get my bike back up here? They're like, oh yeah, sure, man. It's like some young dude. And I was like, oh, thanks so much. So we're like pulling it back up. And then I hear, I'm like, oh, is that him? Is it the black truck? I'm like, no, it's just a fucking truck. It's not him. So then I'm thinking to myself, what if he comes back? So the guy's like talking to me, he's like, how did this happen? I'm just like, oh, it's a long story, haha. Yeah, because like if I told him what happened, he's just gonna be like, oh, that's crazy, man. I'm like, yeah, it's a long story. I gotta go. He's like, yeah, okay, all right. Don't whatever happened, don't do it again. Whatever. Haha. I'm joking. I'm like, okay, have a nice day. And then I go home. I'm like looking around, looking in my left, right, look behind my shoulder. No truck. No truck. Moral of the story is always be strapped so you can shoot those trucks in the face. No. Moral of the story is don't cut people off because you never know who that person is. I don't know. See, like, why would you, in this day and age, right? Why would you chase after somebody? That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do for your life. Like, I hurt your feelings, so you're gonna ruin my entire life? And you tell me that's the kind of person you are? Because if you do that, you're also ruining your life. You're gonna ruin my whole fucking year, dude. But moral of the story is, road rage is not worth it, man. You ever see Beef? That was pretty fun, but that's not actually how it is. Anyways, I just thought I'd do a little bit of a story time, I guess. It's kind of odd. Maybe one day I'll be that truck driver. And I'll start honking at some motorcyclist. Some poor Honda. Some poor cruiser owner. Anyways, guys, make sure you like the video. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. What would you do in this situation? And y'all stay tuned, yeah?